attention midfield, please. Delivering tonight's invocation from Phoenix City Church of Christ. Please welcome to the field Mr. Daniel Walker.
Please bow your head for a word of prayer. Father God, we come to you, ask that you be with these young men on this field of play tonight as they will enter into competition, and we ask that they will compete with sportsmanship, and we ask that they can be free from injury and give the opposing team safe passage back to their destination. And we ask all these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you kindly stand and remove your caps as we honor the flag and the playing of our national anthem.
Shushki and Thrift Behringer for filling in for me on the broadcast. I appreciate that. As right now we do have the coin toss. And there's been a lot of changes on this Columbus Lions team since last time I called a game. They're welcoming back Jarmon Fortson and also Darren Daniels, who was the quarterback for the Columbus Lions back in 2017. And we're looking forward to a great evening of indoor football here at the Civic Center. We got a jam-packed crowd here on a Friday night. If you're in the Columbus area and you're an indoor football fan, this is the place to be in the Chattahoochee Valley. One thing about this Columbus Lions team, 4-0 under first-year head coach Chris McKinney, is the quarterback play. Marcus Brooks, he's come in and he has thrown 29 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. He averages about 194 yards a game, but he's got a plethora of weapons on the receiving core to include some familiar faces and also some faces that are new this year. Desmond Reese is the leading receiver with 197 yards. Alex Coleman, the newcomer, with 172 yards. And you have Tremel Gooden and Ramon Deloach, who's leading the team with 8 touchdowns. With this Peach State Cats team, we have, it's number 4, Gabe Pierce. And it looks like Peach State has won the toss, and they are going to get the football first. Back to receive for the Peach State Cats is Miguel Bailey, as Ryson Richardson will attempt the deuce. Here, we are moments away here for kickoff here at the Columbus Civic Center as the Lions trying to push their record to 5-0 in the AIFA. Richardson getting ready, and we are underway here at the Civic Center, and it is a kick that sails out of bounds, and Peach State will start on the 20. The Peach State Cats 3-0 on the season. They are out of Swanee, Georgia, and they are coached by head coach Jerome Davis. He has got a lot of confidence, and this is going to be, I expect this to be an exciting matchup of indoor football here in the Fountain City, as the refs will move the ball on the 20, and that is where Peach State will go to work, as their quarterback is number 9, Sherrod Murray. And we will go ahead and get things started here at the Columbus Civic Center. Murray under center. Got Jaquan Johnson, the man in motion. Murray back to pass, a quick throw, and that is incomplete. What a hit. Oh, feeling it for Darrell Green. Darrell Green was right there on the play. That was intended for number 25, Tim Gary. The Columbus Lions wearing their traditional blue jerseys with the blue pants. Peach State has black jerseys with red trimming. Looks more like a reddish orange, but they have a very interesting uniforms. The only 2 teams from the state of Georgia here in the AIFA. Don't really have a whole lot of information about the Peach State Cats. But Murray will be under center once again. Second down at the 20. Tim Gary, the man in motion. And we get a whistle. We did have a lot of whistles that first game I called against South Florida. So the Columbus Lions are 4-0. As that's going to be a false start on Peach State. It'll now be a second down and 15. So Columbus wins the first game 73-56. It was a statement win. South Florida did come back into the game, but the score was not as high as it was. It was a blowout, but South Florida was able to come back on that game. And then they defeat the defending AIFA champion 63-6. And then taking on the Southern Steam, it wasn't even an AIFA game, 58-8. Last week on Military Night in front of 2,000 fans, they defeat the Dallas Falcons 62-20. And that's where we are right now as Murray loses the ball, and who's got it? Looks like the Columbus Lions recover the fumble and the first turnover of the game. As they gather, the referees will gather to try to see what to call on it. Did they blow the play dead? That is the question. Number 52, Darius Morris, one of the leaders on this Lions defense, came up with the fumble. All right, so it's not going to be a fumble. So Peach State will get the ball back. No fumble. I talked about Darius Morris leading the team with 6.5 sacks. I mean, the Lions were known for their defense last year in the NAL, and they have done a great job on defense this year, which allows their offense to score a lot of points because the offense gets the ball back quicker. All right, it's going to be a second down and 20 as Murray back to pass, long throw, incomplete. That was intended for Tim Gary, and that brings up third down. We're trying to get, it'll now be a 3rd and 20. Ball is at the 10-yard line. The Peach State Cats, Sherrod Murray under center. He's got trips wide to the left as Johnson is the man in motion. Murray back to pass, feeling the pressure. He gets taken down for the big sack. What a sack by Darius Morris. Give him 7.5 sacks, and it's going to be a 4th down. Darius Morris busted the line and gets the sack. A loss of 5 on the play gave Murray forward progress. Now it's 4th down on the 5. What do you do here? You do have Darrell Green back to accept if they are going to punt it. That's probably what they're going to do here, is punt the football away. I've seen crazier things in arena football. I've seen field goal attempts. I've seen them go for it on 4th down at the 5. The head referee, Dana Barker, calls another penalty on Peach State. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. And they're going to back them up at about the 2.5-yard line. And it looks like you got a field goal attempt by Shalif Daniels, with Miguel Bailey, the holder. Darrell Green back to accept this line drive right to DeGreen. He takes it at the 10, he's at the 15. Green's at the 20, the 25, the 20, the 15, still on his feet, goes taken out of bounds over the wall inside the 10-yard line. We get a flag on the play. We got some tussling between both teams. A great run back by Darrell Green into Peach State territory. And that is where the Lions will take over on offense. Early here in the first quarter, no score between the Columbus Lions and the Peach State Cats. And the quarterback for the Columbus Lions is number 17, Marcus Brooks, who has 29 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. There is no foul on the play. It will be a 1st down for the Columbus Lions at the 7-yard line of Peach State. And when it comes to the class of the AIFA, these two teams are the top 2 teams in the AIFA. Peach State comes into this game 3-0. Columbus 4-0, and the ref is gonna mark it all the way down to the 15-yard line as Darrell Green was taken out of bounds there. And that is where the Lions will take over on offense. And in at quarterback is Darren Daniels. No, that is Brooks. Brooks back to pass, steps up, throws, touchdown Lions. Jarmon Fortson with a quick strike from Marcus Brooks. And the Lions on top first. And why not take a selfie right there? That was perfect, a perfect pass. Marcus Brooks, his 30th touchdown of the season. And welcome back, Jarmon Fortson. I know he played last week, but Jarmon Fortson gets the touchdown. And it's good to see him back in a Columbus Lions uniform. The longtime Columbus Lions player, also played for the Jacksonville Sharks, came back to the Columbus Lions last season. That kick is blocked, and we get a flag as Samuel Spencer is going to run it back and taken at the 10-yard line. And he just throws the football in the stands, and we get another late penalty. That was an extra point that was blocked. Busted the line was Samuel Spencer. Peach State was trying to see if they could get a quick 2 points on the return. Good hustle by the Columbus Lions to tackle the player and deny him the 2 points. But let's see what the penalty is. We're live here at the Columbus Civic Center. The American Indoor Football Alliance, as this is the 5th game of the season for the Columbus Lions. They are 4-0. As we have 2 more games after this. As next week they will take on the Capital City Cyclones, and then the finale, once again, take it on the Mississippi Raiders, July the 15th. So they're going to call illegal defense on Peach State and unsportsmanlike conduct on Peach State. So are they going to let Columbus re-kick it? Coach McKinney is wondering that too. All right, so they are going to let Columbus re-kick it as Richardson will be on to attempt the extra point. Lions leading the Cats 6-0 with 9:41 left to go here in the first quarter. Richardson. The snap, the hold, the kick, and that's blocked again. And Peach State tried to run it back as Jatavius Ponder comes in and blocks the kick. So with 9:25 left to go here in the first quarter, Columbus leading Peach State 6-0. You are watching Columbus Lions football. Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center as that kick from Richardson sails out of the end zone. And Peach State will start at the 20-yard line. So Peach State did not get anything going on offense as they were just derailed by a bunch of penalties that put them all the way to the 2.5-yard line where they had to punt the football away. So the Peach State Cats out of Suwanee, Georgia, they've played teams in the elite indoor football, and there we got a pre-whistle. They have another foul on the play. Looks like they're going to back up to the 10-yard line. But that's where they'll start. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. And Sherrod Murray leading the Peach State offense out with 9:20 here to go in the first quarter. Murray under center. Johnson is the man in motion. And Murray back to pass. Quick throw, and it's caught by Johnson. Gets about a gain of 8. It'll be a 2nd and 2 for Peach State. And that play is a positive yardage by Peach State as they want to try to get back into this game. And the key is to get a good drive going. And the way to do it is to get positive yards on the first play. Columbus 4-0 on the season. And they have, the last 3 games have really blown out their opponents. It really has been not that close. And we get a pre-whistle. Let's see what the head ref, Dana Barker, says. It is not a whistle, it'll be timeout. So it'll be a timeout by Peach State. So let's break down the games that Columbus has faced this year. The opener, May the 14th, they defeated South Florida 73-56. Then on May the 27th, they defeated the Mississippi Raiders, the defending AIFA champion, 63-6. On Friday, June the 2nd, they took on the Southern Steam from the CIF, and they defeated them 58-8. Last week on Military Night, they defeated the Dallas Falcons 62-20. And right now they are currently leading the Peach State Cats out of Suwanee, Georgia by a score of 6-0 with 8:21 left to go here in the first. Timeout over, Murray under center. Murray's got a man in motion, that's Gary, and the handoff is to number 51. And that is going to be a pickup for the first down. It is the first down for the Peach State Cats. Both teams undefeated going into this game. So the Peach State Cats, they are an indoor football team out of Suwanee, Georgia. They've been a travel-only team. They've played in the American Arena League. They're currently in the Elite Indoor Football League. And first down at the 22-yard line, and we're going to get another penalty. No, a timeout. So I know I'm quick to call the penalties, but another timeout by Peach State. So they've played home games before in the Dalton Convention Center in Dalton, Georgia. And then they played in the Classic Center in Athens. So they've moved around a little bit in the CIF as Murray under center and Pierce is the man in motion. Murray back to pass. He's got to get up quick, and it is caught for a first down by Trey Jackson in Lions territory at the 14-yard line. A great pass by Murray, a great catch by Jackson. So the Peach State Cats sustain in a drive here, their second drive of the game. Ball on the 14-yard line. 6:54 left to go here in the first quarter. Murray under center. Johnson in motion. Murray, quick two-step drop, and he's going to take off. He's at the 10, a spin move, and he gets taken down at the 9-yard line by number 16, Devoken Ware out of Delta State for the Columbus Lions. And he'll bring up a second down. It looks like the yard marker is right at the 5-yard line. It's going to be about a second down and 4 as the clock continues to run. This is how the first game started. Lions got the quick score, and South Florida was able to get a touchdown to match the score, and I thought it was going to be a close game. And then the Lions were able to extend their lead, and it was a little bit closer than expected as Murray back to pass. He's got an open pocket. Still, he's feeling the pressure, and he gets taken down again for a big sack by Darius Morris, his second sack of the game. And give him 8.5 sacks on the season. Darius Morris just came out like a bulldozer and sacks the quarterback Murray. And now we've got a third down at the 18-yard line. Looks like it's a 3rd and 13. That is a way to disrupt a drive. I tell you, I have been very impressed with Darius Morris. 2 sacks on the game. It's Murray. And we got to get a whistle. There'll be a delay of game on Murray. It's going to back Peach State up 5 yards. Don't forget, Lions fans, next week, Friday, June the 23rd, the Lions are back in action taking on the Capital City Cyclones. Then they will have the double bye and the home finale, July the 15th, taking on the Mississippi Raiders. And then we'll have playoffs. So that will be very interesting to see. Got some youth football teams out here too. As Murray back to pass, feels the pressure, steps up, throws, incomplete, and that was intended for number 19, Trey Jackson, as he goes over the wall, and it brings up 4th down. It's a long 4th down too. There's a lot of options they could do. They could attempt the field goal because you're only down 6-0, or you could go for it, or you could pin the Lions deep. Maybe a coffin punt. Now, they don't really do that in indoor football. All right, here we go. It's a field goal attempt as Shalif Daniels on for the attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and that is sails wide to the right. So the kick is no good, and the Columbus Lions take over, leading the Peach State Cats 6-0 with 3:44 left to go here in the first quarter.
There is a gray Camry with license plate TDP 3405.
Both teams 4-1. Lions are 4-0. Peach State is 3-0 here in the season. The Peach State is led by head football coach Jerome Davis. The Lions' first-year head coach Chris McKinney, the former Albany Empire defensive backs coach. As Lions take over at the 10-yard line, Marcus Brooks, he's got 30 touchdowns on the season. His first play from scrimmage was a quick strike to Jarmon Fortson. Brooks under center, and the pass is to Fortson. Fortson gets a block. He goes to the 15. He gets taken out of bounds at the 16. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 as the clock continues to run. Jarmon Fortson played football at Carver, won a state title with his teammate, the newly inductee of the Georgia Football Sports Hall of Fame, Jarvis Jones. They were teammates on that 2007 state championship for the Carver Tigers. And then Jarmon Fortson went on to play at Florida State back in 2009. Brooks, Fortson in motion. Brooks, 2-step drop, back to pass, throws, and that is caught by number 6, Jarmon Fortson, 10-5. He's at the goal line. He's asking for a face mask. And he is down inside the 5-yard line. What a strike by Marcus Brooks to Jarmon Fortson. That's a very good sight to see, to get a guy like Jarmon Fortson involved in the offense. And you got to remember, he's an NAL player. He's been a veteran in this NAL for years. And he's coming here, he's the hometown guy. He just wants to give these fans a show. Just a great all-around player. And with the NAL and the Ironman rules, Jarmon Fortson was the perfect Ironman player. All right, Brooks, ball at the 2. Brooks under center. And he's going to take it himself. Brooks is into the end zone. Touchdown, Columbus. Marcus Brooks with a rushing touchdown. And the Columbus Lions lead the Peach State Cats 12-0. So coming into this game, it seemed like, with both these teams very talented, that we were going to get a close game. It still could be a close game. I thought that Peach State had a good job driving on their second possession. But the Lions are picking up where they left off. They have been an offensive explosion this year. And Marcus Brooks with the touchdown run. Richardson to attempt the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. And we got a whistle. Looks like he might retry that kick. And it will be a false start, as the head referee, Dana Barker, will call a false start, and the Lions will be backed up 5 yards. So it'll be just a little bit longer field goal attempt. The last extra point that Richardson attempted, it was blocked. It was actually blocked twice because you had the penalty. But Richardson is going to be on to attempt this extra point. Up 12-0 over the Peach State Cats. The snap, the hold, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 44 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, your score, the Columbus Lions 13, the Peach State Cats 0. You are watching Columbus Lions Indoor Football. And we are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Lions leading the Peach State Cats 13-0. And Miguel Bailey going to run it back, but not so fast. He gets taken down. A big play by John Holloway on special teams. And Peach State is going to start inside the 5-yard line. A big shout out to Nick, our statistician, for updating the stats. So far, Sherrod Murray for the Peach State Cats. He is 2 for 4 with 22 yards. He's been sacked twice. Both sacks coming by Darius Morris for Columbus. And Marcus Brooks, 3 for 3, 54 yards and a touchdown. Columbus leading Peach State 13-0 here in the first quarter. As Murray from the shotgun, and we get a pre-whistle snap. What is it going to be? It's going to be a false start. It's going to back up Peach State half the distance to the goal. Dana Barker is the head official here for this AIFA game. Has experience calling high school football games as a referee in the GHSA and the AHSAA. He's also the public address announcer for the local hockey team here and the weatherman for WTVM. So he's the jack of all trades. As the time is expiring here in the first period. And that is in the end of the first quarter. So Columbus leading the Peach State Cats 13-0. As you are watching Columbus Lions football on YouTube, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter. We are back, start of the second quarter. Columbus leading Peach State 13-0. We get a pre-snap whistle once again, and it's going to be possibly a false start. Peach State is backed up on their, actually, it's an encroachment on the defense. So a penalty on the Columbus Lions, and this is the first penalty for the Columbus Lions. It's going to give Peach State 5 yards. Fans, don't forget that today is the day to renew your 2024 season tickets as they go on sale. The Columbus Lions will be in the Columbus Civic Center for the next 5 years. So that's 5 years of putting up with me on the broadcast. I'm just kidding. Peach State, right here we go. Sherrod Murray from the shotgun. Feeling the pressure. He's going to try to take off, but he will not be. He is not denied. Darius Morris, I got to say, I got to give him credit for the sack. That would be his third sack of the game. Darius Morris is getting my vote for defensive player of the game. As Sherrod Murray was trying to take off, but Darius Morris was saying, not so fast, my friend. I got you. Second down and 10. It looks like it's going to be for no gain, so it will not be a sack. Murray from the shotgun. Back to pass. Quick pass, and it is caught by Gabe Pierce. But he got maybe a 2-yard gain. But we also have another flag on the play. We've had a lot of penalties in this game. So I'm back up in the broadcast booth as I took 2 games off. I called the opener, and that second game against the Mississippi Raiders, Jonathan Shushke, a.k.a. Buckets, and Thrift Behringer did an outstanding job filling in for me. I appreciate you, gentlemen. The broadcast sounded amazing. And then last week on Military Night, Thrift Behringer filled in for me, and he did a great job as well. I know how hard it is to call a game by yourself, but Thrift and I have called many games together, and really, we just enjoy doing this. We love calling sporting events. And so I appreciate both gentlemen, and more than welcome to fill in for me anytime. We do have 2 more games left here in the season. So it'll be a first down for Peach State. Murray back in the shotgun. Quick throw, and it is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Gabe Pierce, but it hits the turf, and it'll bring up second down. Columbus Lions winning championships in the Professional Indoor Football League in 2010, 2015, and 2016. They're hoping to get a championship in the AIFA this season, but we do know that they will be here for the next 5 years. That is just great news. I heard that this week. I was jumping for joy. Sherrod Murray in the shotgun. You got Gary in motion. Murray, he's going to take off. He's at the 15. He's at the 20, the 25, and he gets driven to the wall, and he is in Lions territory at the 22-yard line and a first down. But what is the penalty going to be called? Oh, hey, now. You got some tussling there with some big linemen. I'm like, really, the after the play penalties is really uncalled for. I know there's a lot of emotions and a lot of adrenaline, but yeah, it's going to be offsetting penalties. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. And okay, so it is a personal foul on the offense. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalties were both offset. So it is going to be a half the distance to the goal type penalty, because with those 15-yard penalties, it was tacked on. They're backing them up. How far are they going to back them up on this penalty? It's going to be third down. Ball is at the 8-yard line, and they have got a long way to go. It's looking like it's a 3rd and 19. That's exactly what it is, a 3rd and 19 for Sherrod Murray and the Cats offense. Murray is going to go into shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Trips to the far side of the field. As we got the man in motion, Trey Jackson. Murray in the shotgun, and he's feeling the pressure. Spins out of a tackle, and he gets taken down for no gain. A nice tackle by Kenny Carter, number 72. And it's going to be 4th down. I tell you, every time Peach State gets a drive going, the Columbus Lions find a way to disrupt it with a big sack. And that's why this defense is so underrated. The defense helps the offense by giving them extra possessions. Darrell Green is going to be back to return this, field goal attempt. Be a field goal attempt by Shalif Daniels. And we get another pre-snap penalty. It'll be another half the distance to the goal situation for Peach State. A big shout out to WRBL and WTVM here at the game. As I see Jack Patterson over there for WRBL, and can't remember that guy's name, but he does a lot of camera work for WTVM. Ran into him at many sporting events. All right, here we go. Shalif Daniels, another pre-snap penalty. Nope, timeout. And Peach State has burned all their timeouts. So the Peach State Cats out of Suwanee, Georgia, they play in the CIF. I mean, they've been around since 2017. They actually play in the Atlanta Silverback Suwanee Indoor Stadium, and they've been in 3 different arenas. And we have another field goal try, Shalif Daniels, as the ball is marked at the 4-yard line. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's high, and it is caught by Green at the 5. Green's going to run to the 10, the 15, turns up the field. Spin move, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and Green, he will not go down, but he gets taken down at the 19-yard line, and that is where the Columbus Lions will take over on offense. Columbus Lions, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And going into this game, I mean, these 2 teams are very talented. I expected a back and forth game between 2 talented offense. So yes, they do play in the elite indoor football. Thank you to Tiffany Hall, appreciate that. You know, and as I try to do research on these teams, a lot of these teams are travel teams. So you don't really get a whole lot of information on them. I mean, we all know the Columbus Lions because they've been around since 2006. Before that, they were the Columbus War Dogs. And a big shout out to Columbus Lions legend who started the Columbus War Dogs, Carver's own DJ Jones, who went on to play in the National Football League for the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos, a member of the 1980 Georgia National Championship team, and a legend in broadcasting in Columbus as well. You can catch him and Thrift Behringer on Sports Vision's radio show Mondays and Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m. And really, he's been a pioneer for bringing indoor football to the Fountain City with his days at the Columbus War Dogs. Oh, the fans right here, they are really passionate about their Lions. We do have a pretty decent-sized crowd here at the Civic Center. We got some football youth teams in attendance. All right, Marcus Brooks, 3rd possession of the game for the Columbus Lions. Fortson is in motion. Brooks, clean pocket, back to pass, and that is caught by Tremel Gooden. He's at the 20, and he's still on his feet. He will not go down. Forward progress will get him to the 20, but he gets taken down at the 25. But we do have another flag on the play. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be a face mask on Peach State and an unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. So they're going to tack on the penalties, and Columbus is going to be in Peach State territory, already up 13-0. As the Columbus Lions trying to go to 5-0 in the American Indoor Football Alliance. Ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line in Peach State territory. So the Elite Indoor Football League is founded in 2022, and not a whole lot of information on them. The league was founded in 2014. As they're going to back them into Peach State territory at the 10-yard line now. Wow. Well, the story of this game has been the penalties on the Peach State Cats. First and goal at the 10-yard line for Columbus. Marcus Brooks out of Shaw University. He's got 30 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. He's had a lot of weapons to throw to include veterans from last year's team. Tremel Gooden, the man of motion, the pass, the throw, and that is incomplete, intended for Gooden. But the Peach State defender, Marquise Robinson, was draped all over him. That is a clear pass interference penalty. Because the foul was committed in the end zone, it's going to be a first and goal at the 1. Well, I guess by any means necessary, Peach State trying to deny a touchdown. And that's one way to do it. Another team in the Elite Indoor Football is the Southern Steam, which Columbus was able to play on June the 2nd as they won that game 58-8. I get the feeling that, these two leagues could possibly see more action between each other. But that's really what's great about, when you have indoor football, and I've been to other indoor football games in the Indoor Football Conference and, of course, the NAL, is people love football year-round. I mean, you got the USFL going on. The XFL just finished. The CFL just started. I mean, this is the time of the year, where you're not really talking about the NFL. I mean, they do have training camps in July, but June is really the NFL slow months, if there is such a thing. All right, first and goal, Marcus Brooks under center. Fortson in motion. Brooks, the handoff to Holloway, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. John Holloway, a rushing touchdown. And Columbus leads Peach State 19-0. Well, and sometimes running plays will work. You don't really see a whole lot of run plays in arena football. But John Holloway is the leading rusher on the team. He's got 22 yards, and that's his 3rd touchdown of the season. Richardson back to attempt this extra point. The snap, the kick, it's up, and the kick is good. So with 9:25 left to go until halftime, your score, the Columbus Lions 20, the Peach State Cats 0. You are listening and watching Columbus Lions Indoor Football.
With 9:25 remaining in the first half, Lions hold the 20-0 lead over the Peach State Cats.
Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. 9:25 left to go here in the second quarter. Columbus leading the Peach State Cats 20-0. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. I'm here with Toygar, the producer, and Nick, the statistician. The kick is up, and that is taken at the goal line by the kick returner, number 19, Trey Jackson, still on his feet. He's not going to go down, but he gets taken down at the 19-yard line. That is where Peach State will take over on offense. So a big shout out to Thrift Behringer for filling in for me last week as the Lions were taking on the Dallas Falcons. And then Memorial Day weekend, you had the tandem of Thrift Behringer and Buckets. That was an incredible broadcast as they are two veterans of the industry have been broadcasting together for years, and that was just a great sight to see. And I wish Buckets the best of luck this fall at Stephen F. Austin, as he had to go back to school. But definitely has a passion for it, and really would love to actually call a game with Buckets one of these days. But there we go. Peach State has got the ball down 20-0. As Sherrod Murray under shotgun. Murray feels the pressure, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and it is intercepted by the Columbus Lions. And that is Kyle Griswold taken down at the 8-yard line. And Columbus gets the ball back on their second turnover of the game. Kyle Griswold, right place, right time. The 5'10" DB from Duke University. And I believe what David Cutcliffe has done at Duke. I mean, Duke, you had Daniel Jones at quarterback. Duke football really has been, a pretty decent team in the ACC. I've been very impressed with what they have done over the years. But the Columbus Lions will get the ball at the 8-yard line. Speaking of which, announcers that have called Columbus Lions games, I do want to give a big shout out to Jared Dillard, who called the games last year. He couldn't do it this year, but definitely had fun calling games with you last year. As the Columbus Lions season in the NAL went 5-3, lost to Carolina in the semifinals. But they are in the AIFA this year, and they are undefeated. 4-0. This is the best field position for the Lions of the night. Marcus Brooks under center. You got Tremel Gooden under, and then the throw. It's in, caught, touchdown, Lions! Roman DeLoach, but it's going to be called back because the Lions are going to get called for holding. So it's going to replay first down. I mean, that was a good throw by Brooks, a good catch by DeLoach, but it's not going to count. And that's a shame because that was a very good play. But I love the mixture of the veterans and the new players on this team. Tremel Gooden, Alex Coleman. You also have Jarmon Fortson, Desmond Reese, Roman DeLoach. Such good players. And really, this is a showcase for if they want a spot in another league. I mean, we'd hate to see them go, but that's a possibility too next season. Brooks pass, throw, incomplete. That was intended for DeLoach, and sailing over the wall is the DB for Peach State, Marquise Robinson, number 5. We do have an injured player on the turf for the Columbus Lions as the trainers will attend to him. Let's hope he's okay. With the pause in action, I just want to remind all you viewers of Columbus Lions football that next Friday, same time, same place, the Columbus Civic Center, they're taking on the Capital City Cyclones of Tallahassee. The injured player was Wandell Rutledge, but he is on his feet, so that is a good sign. And he does hear it from the crowd. And he's walking on his own power. That is a good sign. Second down for the Lions on that last incompletion. 7:45 left to go here until halftime. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. Back up in the broadcast booth, and it's been a month since I've called a Columbus Lions game, but I've had some great broadcasters who have filled in for me, and I can't thank them enough. Buckets, Thrip Behringer, you guys have been awesome filling in for me, and yeah, we'll see what will happen in the next couple of seasons. I mean, the Lions are going to be here for 5 years, so you got a man in motion is Kendry Thurman. Brooks. Pass is to Tremel Gooden. He's at the 5. Spin move. Did he break the plane? Is he in the end zone? Yes. Touchdown, Lions. Well, it was close, but Tremel Gooden with that spin move, and he was able to break the plane. And Marcus Brooks, second touchdown of the game. Give him 31 on the season. He has got to be the front runner for the AIFA MVP. I tell you what, I would love to see an AIFA banner hanged up here in the Columbus Civic Center, because, you know, the Lions really deserve it with everything that has gone on, leaving the NAL, and just the turnover of players just to come back, and the fans really appreciate the Columbus Lions through all these years. And really, for a Friday night here at the Columbus Civic Center, we have the faithful Lions fans that have shown support for the Columbus Lions, well, since 2006. And before that, the Columbus War Dogs. I moved to Columbus in 2015. So I witnessed them win that championship of the Professional Indoor Football League. Richardson on to attempt the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up. And the kick is good. So with 6:52 left to go until halftime, your score, the Columbus Lions leading the Peach State Cats 27-0. You are watching Columbus Lions Indoor Football. Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. 6:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Columbus leading Peach State 27-0. 2 touchdown passes by the quarterback, Marcus Brooks, and a touchdown run by Holloway as well. That is the scoring. As that ball sails out of the end zone, Miguel Bailey was the returner back for Peach State. And the Peach State Cats trying to get something going on offense. They did have a drive where they went all the way down to about the 7-yard line, and it was disrupted by Darius Morris, who's had 2 sacks so far in the game. Ball will be at the 20 for the Cats. The Peach State Cats, Sherrod Murray. He has thrown an interception in this game. In the last drive, he threw an interception that got the Lions down into Peach State territory. But he is under center. The man in motion is Damian Manning. And the handoff and a nice broken tackle. Tim Gary gets taken down for a decent gain. Gets about a 6-yard gain. It looks like it was going to be busted up in the backfield. He breaks the tackle and gets to the 24, and they are now in Lions territory. 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 4, rather. I'm looking at the hash mark. Murray under center. Got a man in motion. Nice block. Murray thought about going and running. And there's a pass deflected, incomplete, intended for James Monroe. Good defensive play. Broken up. Darren Daniels, I almost said Damian. Darren Daniels, who played quarterback last year. He was the starting quarterback for the Columbus Lions back in 2017. He's now playing on defense. Played his high school ball at Central in Phoenix City. Went on to go to Stanford University and then Alabama State. So 3rd down. Murray bubbles the snap. He still has the ball, and he gets taken down. They're going to blow the play dead. A sack by number 5, DeAndre Brown. The 6'7", yes, you're reading that right. 6'7", 230 from Southern Miss. DeAndre Brown was an enforcer on this defense last season, and that sets up a 4th down for Peach State. Ball is at the 18-yard line. And they really have no choice but to go for it. Murray under shotgun. Waving his man in motion. Murray back to pass, throws, got a wide open man, it is incomplete. It looked like James Monroe had it. It would have been an easy touchdown for Peach State if he would have just hold on to the football. But it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Columbus is going to have great field position. 4:14 until halftime. It has been all Columbus as they are trying to go 5-0 on the season. It has been a season of dominance for the Columbus Lions. I mean, that first game was close, I'll give you that. But they beat the Raiders 63-6. The Southern Steam 58-8. And last week, the Dallas Falcons 62-20. Columbus Lions with 3 more games left to go in the AIFA season. Marcus Brooks, he's got trips to the far side. Jarmon Fortson is the man in motion. Brooks under center. 2-step drop, back to pass. He had a man all over him, and it was almost intercepted by the Peach State Cats defender as Darius Graham got a hand on it. That was intended for Jarmon Fortson. And it'll be 2nd down. Rather, it was intended for Roman Deloach. You also have Desmond Reese. So the wide receivers, Deloach, Fortson, Reese, all wide receivers from last year's team. I mean, these are NAL players. Reese is in motion. Brooks, quick throw to Fortson. Fortson, he tries to break a tackle. He gets a block. Fortson's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Columbus Lions. Jarmon Fortson. It looked like it was going to be a play for a loss. Gets a huge block, and he turns the corner, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Jarmon Fortson's 2nd touchdown of the game. And he is a fan favorite. It's great to see Jarmon Fortson back in a Columbus Lions uniform. Played football at Carver, won a state title, went to Florida State, and came back and played for the Columbus Lions. Won a championship with them as well in the Professional Indoor Football League. Richardson, the kick. It's up, and it is no good. So with 2 minutes left to go until halftime, it's all Columbus. 33-0 over the Peach State Cats. You're watching Columbus Lions Indoor Football.
Hey Lions fans, did you know it's number 31 Lyson Richardson's birthday today? Let's hit him a deuce.
Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. The PA announcer, Aiden, just said that the kicker, Ryson Richardson, well, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to the kicker, Richardson. With 2:07 left to go. Richardson is going to attempt the deuce. As Peach State will get the football back once again. There's a line drive kick, and that, oh, it was very close. It goes wide right. But that was a very good deuce attempt by Richardson. And Peach State will start at the 20. Fans, don't forget that now is the time to renew your 2024 season tickets as they went on sale. Happy to announce that the Columbus Lions are going to be playing football at the Columbus Civic Center for the next 5 years. And that is just a great announcement, and especially for a broadcaster like me that loves the Columbus Lions, the fact that I could be calling Columbus Lions games for the next 5 years. That's awesome. Peach State is back on offense at the 20. The quarterback, Sherrard Murray, with a man in motion. Murray back to pass, throws it to his receiver, Gary. Spin move, still on his feet, and he is out to about the 23-yard line in Columbus territory. It'll be a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down and 3. You haven't really seen the big play from Peach State. They did have an opportunity. James Monroe was wide open when Peach State went for it on 4th down, their last possession. But other than that, the Lions defense have been smothering all night. They've been at the right place at the right time. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Murray in the shotgun. Murray thinks about taking off. He gets a block. Still on his feet, throws it, and it is intercepted. What a pick by Darrell Green. As that was great coverage. James Monroe had Darrell Green. Yeah, so Darrell Green, that was textbook. Textbook coverage by Darrell Green. Of course, Darrell Green, oh yeah, I'm looking at the replay now. Look at that. That was textbook. Yeah, if the receiver was Tim Gary. Look at that throw at Darrell Green. It was like complete cover corner. That was a beauty. Darrell Green known for that pick 6 against Jacksonville last year. That sealed the game for Columbus. I remember, I was here with Jared. We called that game. We were so excited. I think I lost my voice, and I wasn't even the play-by-play guy. Marcus Brooks will start things off. 57 seconds left to go. Does the Lions have a couple of plays to sustain a drive with just under a minute? Brooks, quick pass to Tremel Gooden, incomplete. He'll bring up 2nd down. It only takes 3 seconds off the clock. As we also had the 1-minute warning that happened simultaneously after that pick. So that's something that they do have here in the American Indoor Football Alliance. A little bit different rules in the NAL. They don't have the Ironman rules like the NAL. Marcus Brooks under center. Fortson in motion, and we get some flags. We got multiple flags. Pretty much every referee on the field threw a flag. That play was busted up before the snap. And what is the call? It's a false start. It'll be half the distance of the goal for the Columbus Lions. Usually when you get a false start and you have the defensive lineman come across the line, they start pointing. And they start pointing immediately. You know, it comes to those penalties, they play the blame game. It's like, I went across because they abated me. All right. Yep, and they almost did it again. They almost did it again, and now they're pointing. Yep. They got abated. That's what they say. Let's see what the penalty is from the head referee, Dana Barker. Wearing that white hat. Dana Barker with a lot of experience refereeing, the head ref for high school football here in Georgia and Alabama. There is no foul. They take the flags, they pick them up. So with 54 seconds left to go, and The Columbus Lions have about 49 yards to the end zone. Do they have a play up their sleeve to try to get, a touchdown or at least in field goal range? Marcus Brooks under center. Brooks back to pass, throws, and intended, intercepted. As that sailed, it was overthrown. And we get some players that hit the turf. Some pushing and shoving. Darius Graham with the interception. Marcus Brooks, first interception of the game, and 48 seconds left to go. You just want to go into the locker room. You don't want to get any key players ejected. But Demisio Ewing just pushed a Peach State Cat player after that. But, he's sticking up for his teammate. I mean, usually the referee will see the last player, and it was one of those situations. And it's a good thing we got replay up here, too. 48 seconds left to go as the referees are discussing what this penalty is, if it's going to be on Columbus or Peach State, or if it's going to be offsetting penalties. As they are still discussing. Fans, don't forget, next week we're back in action here at the Columbus Civic Center, taking on the Capital City Cyclones. After today, there's only 2 games left on the season. Fans, also don't forget that you can catch the Columbus Lions post-game show on my Facebook page, The Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge. You can catch it on Noonan's radio station Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 on WQEE 99.1. Or you can also subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. $33-0, 48 seconds left to go here until halftime. This has been a game of penalties, but it's also been a game dominated by the Columbus Lions defense. And the Lions offense just making it look so easy. Marcus Brooks just, all right, here we go. You got some offsetting penalties, a face mask, a personal foul on number 12, and a personal foul on Jarmon Fortson. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for Peach State, and they have great field position with 48 seconds left to go here until halftime. They could possibly get a score and possibly get some momentum going into the second half. I tell you, that was a very long discussion. But when you had a lot of action and a lot of penalties, and the referees placing the ball at the 10, the 10-yard line, the 11-yard line for Peach State. Sherrod Murray, the quarterback, he already has an interception, and Peach State has had a couple of decent drives. They did have the one play that could have been an easy touchdown if James Monroe did not drop it. Well, okay, so ball at 11, 48 seconds left to go here until halftime. Murray is under shotgun. Tim Gary in motion. Murray calling for it. 2-step drop. He's going to take off with it. A spin move, still on his feet. Murray's at the 10, the 5. He's in the end zone. Does he break the plane? Because the ball comes out. The ball is down. The ball is not a fumble. It was down by contact, but where are they going to spot the ball? Because it looked like his knee was down before the ball crossed the plane, and that's the call. So the ball's going to be at the 1-yard line. Less than 30 seconds left to go as the clock is continuing to wind. Peach State is going to have to try to respond quickly here as Murray under center. Murray, the handoff, and he did. Did he cross the line? Yes, touchdown. Peach State with 9 seconds left to go. And Tim Gary with the touchdown run as they get on the board. Looking at the replay, it looked like he crossed the plane. Yeah, we're looking at the replay up here. But that was a good move. He takes off. The pocket collapsed. He gets a block. And if we had another angle, we could probably see where the knee was down. But despite all that, it's a touchdown anyway for Peach State. I'll tell you, coming into this game, the Peach State Cats, who play in the EIF, the Elite Indoor Football League, and Columbus playing in the AIFA, both teams undefeated. And we got a personal foul on Columbus. They're going to be a half the distance to the goal, and looks like it's going to be placed at the 2-yard line. And Peach State is going to go for 2 here, and this will be the final play to end the first half. Monroe in motion, Murray, and we get another penalty. Well, the head referee, Dana Barker, has really been busy tonight. It's going to be encroachment on Columbus. So it's going to be another half the distance to the goal for Peach State as they try to go for 2. So this is exactly what Peach State wanted to try to do to get back into this game, is to score to end the half. Kind of build some momentum and give your coach a pep talk in the locker room. Jerome Davis telling his players, just to keep fighting. I know they're down big, but, they could come back from this. And Murray's going to be under center. Monroe in motion. Murray, the handoff. And is in the end zone is Tim Gary for the 2-point try. And with 14 seconds left to go, Columbus leading the Peach State Cats 33-8. I think they got time for maybe one more play until halftime. It'll be a kickoff. Yep, it's a good block. Not that Peach State did a good job of responding and getting that touchdown. Actually, that was Cameron Kendall on that 2-point try. He's actually pulled up the Peach State Cats official roster for the 2023 season. As they do play the Southern Steam, but they also play teams like the Knoxville Nightmare, the Space Coast Tar Heels, the Kentucky Curse. Got some pretty interesting teams that they play. The Peach State Cats, they play their home games at the Atlanta Silverbacks Swanee Indoor Arena. The Silverbacks, the former minor league soccer team before the Atlanta United came into existence. I remember seeing the Silverbacks back when I first lived in Atlanta. Getting ready to return this is Demisio Ewing. He had a kickoff return in the opener against South Florida. Interchanneling his Darian Townsend. Shalif Daniels kicking it off with 14 seconds left to go. How big would this be for Columbus if they could just run it back? This is definitely the final play until halftime. Daniels kick. Yeah, I would squib kick it if I were. Yeah, it's going to go out of bounds. No time was taken off the clock. So it will be a first down. Columbus will have one more play. This has really been the longest first half in AIFA history. I'm just going to come out and say it. A lot of penalties. The clock has been stopped many times. But if you're a Columbus Lions fan, you got to like the result. Up 33-8 on Peach State. All right, 14 seconds left to go. Ball's at the 10-yard line. Let's see if Marcus Brooks has got one final play until halftime.
All right, Lions fans, 14 seconds remaining. Let's get in the end zone.
Got Desmond Reese, the man in motion, trips to the near side. Brooks under center. Brooks back to pass. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for Tremel Gooden. But only 4 seconds were taken off the clock, so Columbus has got time for one more play. Maybe even 2 more plays. Will they call a timeout? Looks like Columbus did call a timeout. Well, that's right, because Peach State used up all their timeouts. Columbus had all these timeouts in their back pocket. Very smart move by Coach Chris McKinney to save all those timeouts, because you never know when you're going to need them. Kendry Thurman is the man in motion. Brooks under center, ball at the 10-yard line. Brooks back to pass, throws, a long throw, and it is caught right at the goal line. Do they have time for another timeout? Demisio Ewing inside the 5-yard line. What a throw by Marcus Brooks, and what a catch by Demisio Ewing with 3 seconds left to go. Columbus quickly calls a timeout, and they could score before halftime. How huge would this be? That would be a way to respond after Peach State got their first touchdown of the game. First and goal, ball is at the 3-yard line. Well, it's a lively crowd here at the Columbus Civic Center as they have seen an exciting football game today. All right. Columbus has burned all their timeouts. They got time for one more play. It's got to go to the end zone, otherwise halftime will expire. Brooks under center. Got Thurman in motion. Brooks back to pass, quick step drop, and it's incomplete. Brooks hits the turf. And that is going to be the end of the first half. They could not score on that play, but it was pretty exciting getting all the way down to the 3-yard line. But that's halftime with your Columbus Lions leading the Peach State Cats 33-8. We'll come back for the start of the second half. You're watching Columbus Lions indoor football. We're at halftime here at the Columbus Civic Center. It is all Columbus Lions, 33-8 over the Peach State Cats. And just going over some of the stats for you as Marcus Brooks, he's had a very decent game. And a big shout out to Nick, our statistician. Marcus Brooks with 3 touchdowns. He does have the interception, but he has 140 yards passing, 8 for 14 for a completion percentage of 57%. And the leading rusher is John Holloway. He's got a touchdown run. Marcus Brooks also has a touchdown run. Leading receiver for the Lions is Jarmon Fortson. 4 receptions, 72 yards for 2 touchdowns. Tremel Gooden, 2 receptions, 35 yards and a touchdown. And Demisio Ewing, the longest play of the game. A 37-yard bomb by Marcus Brooks, but it was short of the goal line, and that was how the halftime ended. Otherwise, Columbus was trying to put more points on the board. They had all those timeouts in their back pocket, and they could have put on more points. But the key has been their defense. Darius Morris with 3 sacks, DeAndre Brown with a sack, and Kenny Carter with a sack. They have been swarming, and they also have 2 interceptions, one by Darrell Green and one by Kyle Griswold. Darrell Green's interception is really the highlight reel of what you want a cornerback to play on defense. That was the typical cover corner interception without pass interference, and it was incredible. So the public address announcer, Aiden, is trying to fire up these fans here at the Columbus Civic Center to get ready to start the second half. Columbus will get the ball to start the second half because Peach State had the ball to start the first half. So getting ready to kick it off is Shalif Daniels. Back to receive it is Desmond Reese and Demisio Ewing. As Peach State will be kicking it left to right on your TV screen. I'd like to welcome our audience watching us on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. Toygar, our producer, does a fine job. And there's a line drive kick, and it's bounced at the 5, taken by Ewing. He's going to run it out. He's at the 5, the 10. Ewing's at the 15, 20, 25, 20, 15. Stiff arm, 10, 5, touchdown, Columbus Lions. Demisio Ewing takes it to the house. And that is how the Lions respond to start the second half. Oh, what a stiff arm. We're watching it on the replay. That was a great stiff arm. Look at that cut. 20, right at the 15. I thought he was going to get taken down. And Demisio Ewing, just like in that first game, a kickoff return. And the Lions leading it 39-8, pending this extra point. Richard is on to attempt the extra point. What a start to start this second half for Columbus. All right, the snap, the kick, it's up, and the kick is good. Is no good. So with 13:47 left to go here in the third quarter, your score, Columbus 39, Peach State 8. You're watching Columbus Lions on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Richardson to kick it off to the receiver back for Peach State, Damian Manning. He's gotten close, attempting a deuce on one occasion. Richardson, high kick, low end kick taken in the end zone by Manning. He takes it out. He's at the 5, the 10. He gets a block, and he is at the 16-yard line, and that is where Peach State will start things on offense to start the second half. Fans, don't forget that now is the time to renew your 2024 season tickets for your Columbus Lions, as the 2024 season tickets going on sale. So get yours today, as the Columbus Lions will be playing indoor football in the Columbus Civic Center for the next 5 years. Ball is at the 15-yard line for Peach State. Some of the stats for the Peach State Cats. 4-5, Sherrod Murray, 31 yards. He's got an interception. The leading receiver for Peach State is Trey Jackson with 14 yards. Murray in the shotgun. Back to pass. Steps up, throws, and it's out of reach for Tim Gary, the intended receiver, as Darrell Green, who already has a pick, was with Green step for step. Gary, step for step. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Cats. The Peach State Cats out of Suwanee, Georgia, play their games at the Atlanta Silverbacks Park, their indoor facility. Was Gary in motion. Murray back to pass, almost intercepted. That was timed perfectly, but that was broken up by Darrell Green. Oh, and he does little push-ups. Actually, that's Desmond Reese, number 8, doing some push-ups. He's like, my bad. That should have been a pick on me. That's okay. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. It's hard to see the numbers. That's Kyle Griswold. He already has an interception. He's got an interception in this game. He's hoping for a 2nd pick there. Murray back in the shotgun, feeling the pressure, steps up, throws, and is intended for Jaquan Johnson, incomplete. And they'll bring it up 4th and 10. But this Lions defense being disciplined, forcing pressure when needed, but their cover corners really have been draping these Peach State receivers all night. And these receivers are not getting separation. Now, there were times where Sherrod Murray had time to throw the football, but he's been under duress a couple of times. Darrell Green is back to receive this field goal attempt, as Shalif Daniels, this would probably be about a 47-yard field goal. And it's blocked. And it's going to bounce right to Green at the 10. He's at the 15. He gets a block. He's at the 25. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. He bobbles the ball, but he goes in the end zone. Touchdown, Columbus Lions. The 2nd kickoff return. 2 possessions for Columbus in the second half. 2 kickoff returns. Take a victory lap, Darrell Green, and give some fans some high fives and some hugs, and time to celebrate. Darrell Green doing it all, and if they had a category in the AIFA for Special Teams Player of the Week, he would be a candidate. All right, the birthday boy out to attempt the extra point. Richardson waiting at about the 12-yard line as they get set. Snap, the kick, it's up, and the kick is good. So with 9:45 left to go here in the third quarter, it is all Columbus Lions. They are leading the Peach State Cats 46-8. You are watching Columbus Lions football. Welcome back to the Columbus Civic Center. The Columbus Lions leading the Peach State Cats. For the Battle of Georgia, they're leading 46-8. And a very similar score to the last couple of contests. They defeated the Dallas Falcons last week 62-20. On June the 2nd, they defeated the Savannah Steam 58-8. And then they defeated the Raiders 63-6. So their last three contests, it's really been a blowout. As Richardson's kick is high and it sails out of the end zone. Yeah, but we do have a flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on the kicking team. It's going to be tacking the 5-yard penalty. And Peach State will be at midfield when they start this offensive possession. They've had a hard time getting things going on offense. It's been that smothering defense for Columbus. But you got to look that they only have 31 yards passing. They've got 26 yards rushing. So a total of 57 yards. And yes, I had to think of math in my head for a couple of seconds. I do have a notepad up here, but yep, that was all in my head. All right, ball at the 25-yard line. Sherrod Murray in at quarterback for the Peach State Cats, who have the name Cats in the back of their jerseys. They wear the all-black jerseys with the red trim, and we get a whistle, but Murray's going to take off. They're not whistling the play dead. He's still on his feet. He is not going down. He's at the 15-yard line. He took a hit, but is a flag, and let's see what the call is from head official Dana Barker. Illegal shift on Peach State. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Cats. And that will be a 1st and 15. It backs them up at the 20. So they're a little behind the 8 ball. They had great field position. Now they're at the 20, which that's where they would have started if it wasn't for the offsides penalty. We're at 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Columbus trying to go to 5-0 as we got 2 more games left to go here in the AIFA. Murray under shotgun. Got trips to the far side. The man in motion. Murray back to pass, quick throw. Steps, throws to Pierce. He gets a block. Pierce at the 20 inside to the 17-yard line. They get some of it back in Lions territory. They'll bring up second down. About a 2nd and 4. Got a decent chunk of yardage back was Gabe Pierce. That's his 2nd reception. So the leading receivers, Trey Jackson with 14 yards, Tim Gary with 7, Jaquan Johnson with 8, Gabe Pierce. He now has his 2nd reception, which he is the leading receiver now. 2nd and 4. Murray in the shotgun. Back to pass. Throws, and it's deflected by the big Columbus Lions defender, DeAndre Brown. That 6'7" frame swats it away, and it brings up 3rd down. I tell you, anytime Peach State gets momentum, Columbus finds a way to disrupt it. But this is the defense that was one of the top defenses in the NAL last year. 3rd and 4. Ball is at the 19-yard line in Columbus territory. Back to pass. Steps up, throws, and it's intercepted right at the 1-yard line by James Gray out of the University of North Texas. The Mean Green, 5'11", listed as a wide receiver, playing some DB. That was a great play. And that's an interception by Damian Manning, who's actually in at quarterback on that play. That's Manning's 2nd interception. Manning is the backup quarterback on the Peach State roster. And they went to him on that play, but that is the 3rd turnover for Peach State, and Columbus gets the ball back. Their first 2 possessions of the 2nd half. Kickoff returns. This is the first possession where they are on the drive. Marcus Brooks in at quarterback. He's got 3 touchdowns so far, and there's a quick pass over to Fortson. Fortson loses his helmet, runs into the wall. A good sportsmanship there between Fortson and the Cats players. But I think that AIFA rules state that you have to exit the game if your helmet comes off. So Fortson high fives some of the crowd, and it's gonna be about a 2nd and 3 as Fortson picked up 7 yards. The leading receiver for the Columbus Lions on the night, that's his 5th reception. It's great to see Jarmon Fortson back in a Columbus Lions uniform, a fan favorite here in the Fountain City. Marcus Brooks under center. Brooks back to pass, throws, wide open is Tramel Gooden, breaks a tackle, he's at the 20, stiff arm, still on his feet, and he goes out of bounds, taken on the wall in Peach State territory at the 13-yard line. What? That was great vision by Marcus Brooks, but Tramel Gooden was wide open, middle of the field. That's either offensive scheme or just broken down defensive play by Peach State, because that play was designed perfectly to let the wide receiver Gooden just run free across the field. Ball at the 14-yard line. Columbus leading Peach State 46-8. Brooks under center. Back to pass. Steps up, throws, and Jarmon Fortson, almost a one-handed grab. And it's incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down. I know Fortson wanted that one bad, because he could have a one-handed grab. I mean, he's got the capability. He's a very good possession receiver. He's been for years, this veteran. You know, he's worn multiple numbers. I mean, he's been number 1. He's now number 6. You know, he's played for the Jacksonville Sharks in the NAL, played on the Lions last year in the NAL. Brooks under center. Pump fake, back to throw. Jarmon Fortson in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Columbus. Jarmon Fortson, 3rd touchdown reception of the game. And count him up, Marcus Brooks, his 4th touchdown pass of the game. And the Lions are piling it on here in the 2nd half. It is now 52-8. just when Peach State got momentum to end the first half, Columbus comes out and responds. 2 kickoff returns, and then a touchdown pass to Jarmon Fortson. Richardson's kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:36 left to go here in the third quarter, your score, Columbus 53, Peach State 8. You are watching Columbus Lions football.
Fans, after every home game, your favorite Lions players will be hosting a meet and greet on the field to sign autographs and take pictures. Brought to you by Vendor Line. Also, fans, the Lions also have quite a social media presence. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Columbus Lions Football.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Richard Holdridge, Toygar, and Nick the statistician all up in the Harvey Lumber press box here at the Civic Center as Richardson kicking it off to the Peach State Cats receiver that's standing at the goal line. We got some move there. Miguel Bailey is back to receive this kickoff. As a traditional 2 in the air for the deuce. There's a line drive that sails in the back of the end zone. A couple of times Richardson has done a good job attempting the deuce. You do have some players colliding. I think that was incidental contact, but we do have several flags on the play. Let's see what the headline judge, Dana Barker, says. It's going to be a personal foul call on Columbus. And it's going to attack the yardage on Peach State's drive. They're down 53-8. If they want to try to get back in this game, they've got to find a big play. Because trickling it down the field and little pass tosses, that the receivers for Peach State are not finding separation. I think Sherrod Murray, he's done a great job using his legs. When he's had trouble, he's rushed for 3 attempts, 16 yards. He did have a 10-yard run, and he does have a touchdown run. Would like to see some of their receivers get going here as Murray is under shotgun and Pierce in motion. Murray back to pass. Long throw, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone, intended for James Monroe. It'll bring up 2nd down. And we're going to get a roughing the passer call on Columbus, and it's going to give Peach State a fresh set of downs, and it's going to move the sticks all the way until Lions territory. They're at the 10-yard line. So that's a way to sustain a drive and get into Lions territory to try to get back into this game, or at least score some points on this stout Lions defense. Murray under shotgun. Monroe is in motion. Murray back to pass. Pump fake. And he tries to get out of the tackle by Darius Moore, but he's taken down. Might have gotten a yard on the play as Murray was trying to take off, but Moore read it perfectly. He's been the QB spy on that play. He's got 3 sacks already. That is going to be a tackle. That is not a sack because Murray did gain a yard. And that will bring up 2nd and goal. So ball at, let's say the 13-yard line. Murray in the shotgun. Murray back to pass, feeling the pressure, steps up, throws, and incomplete. That was intended for Monroe again. Good job by Darrell Green to just break up the play and the route. Little miscommunication between Murray and Monroe. And that brings up 3rd down and goal. As always, the public address announcer here, Aiden, does a fantastic job firing up the crowd, and you hear that classic third down call. Really fires up this crowd. Murray in the shotgun. Got Pierce in motion. Murray, low pass, back to pass, and it's broken up. What a play by Darrell Green. And it brings up fourth down. It was a good throw by Murray. Pierce was in the back of the end zone. That throw was on target, but Green was right there step for step, and he breaks it up. And now it's going to be 4th and goal. All evening, the Lions defense stepping up when it matters the most against this Peach State Cats team that's also undefeated, playing in the Elite Indoor Football League. Murray from the shotgun. Trey Jackson, the man in motion. Back to pass, broken up, incomplete, turnover on downs. It was tipped at the line. It's a great job penetrating that offensive line for Columbus. Now, once again, Columbus gets the ball back with 34 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Fans, don't forget, next Friday here at the Columbus Civic Center, your Columbus Lions are back in action taking on the Capital City Cyclones. You can catch all the action on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. And I do plan to be here for the broadcast and looking forward to it. Hope to see Toygar here as well and Nick, the statistician. And we have a good time next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we get a double bye. You know, we get to enjoy our 4th of July weekend. And then the Columbus Lions home finale will be July the 15th against the Mississippi Raiders. What a way to close out the season, the inaugural season here in the AIFA. Brooks, the handoff, and number 79 looks, Bracken Smith. Oh man, what a run by Bracken Smith. As he goes all the way to the 5-yard line, what is the penalty going to be called? I kind of didn't expect that run, but Bracken Smith just took it. It was like an H-back dive, but it's coming back. There was a huge hole on that right side, and that's why Smith was able to have the big run. But you hear the boos from the crowd, but I mean, come on, it's 53-8. The fans just want to see a good show. And Peach State just wants to try to stop the bleeding because this has been a blowout. And this is what the Columbus Lions have done their last 3 games coming into this game. And that is the end of the third quarter. So we got one more quarter to go here in the Columbus Civic Center. The Columbus Lions all over the Peach State Cats. Your score, 53-8. You are watching Columbus Lions football. Start of the fourth quarter here in the Columbus Civic Center. It is all Columbus Lions in the battle for the state of Georgia, up 53-8 on the Peach State Cats. And Marcus Brooks, 4 touchdown passes, but the story was that second half, the Columbus Lions with the 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. And the Peach State Cats, they have not had a whole lot as far as yardage. They've only got 57 yards total and only have 8 points to show for it, as the Columbus Lions are trying to go to 5-0 as they get ready for the Capital City Cyclones next week. It's a Friday night here at the Columbus Civic Center, and it's a lively crowd. We've had quite the fans. Now, I know that last week it was military night. They defeated the Dallas Falcons, and they had over 2,000 fans on military night. And ironically, I was at military training last week on military night. How about that? But we do have the start of the fourth quarter, and I just want to say that Thrift Behringer did a fantastic job filling in for me, and I appreciate Thrift so much. And he's a true professional, and I enjoy calling games with him. And, you know, he loves sports as much as I do, and really we've built a very good working relationship as a colleague in this broadcasting industry, which I'm a proud member of. I mean, it's like a fraternity of brothers. You know, this broadcasting industry, you know, Jack Patterson at WRBL, Jonathan Hoppy at WTVM, Tony Reese at WTVM, Tyler Redmond at WRBL, and of course, Thrift Behringer and DJ Jones at Sports Visions, which you can catch them on Smooth R&B 92.1 in Columbus, Mondays and Thursdays from 4 to 6. They have a great show, and I enjoy it thoroughly. Looking forward to catching Monday's show. You can also catch my show. It's called The Sports Beat with Richard Holderidge. It's a podcast dedicated to Columbus sports. As Marcus Brooks at the 23-yard line, back to pass. Brooks steps up, throws all the way to the end zone, incomplete, intended for Deloach. That just slipped out of his hands. It's pretty good defense by Peach State with Jaquan Johnson on the coverage, but it'll bring up second down. Marcus Brooks, 4 touchdown passes in this game. He was coming into this game with 29, so give him 33 on the year. And if they do hand out awards in the AIFA, he's got to be a candidate for MVP. Brooks under center, back to pass, quick throw, and that is Demisio Ewing, and he's taken down to the 16-yard line. A good cut, and now, oh, we get some punches, and there is some punches thrown by those 2 linemen, Kenny Carter and number 90, Mike Bostic. Multiple flags flying. I mean, this is just a all-out brawl. I was talking to WRBL's Rex Castillo and Jack Patterson at halftime, and we were talking about the multiple flags that were thrown and the fights. And then we said that there was going to be some fights in the second half. So, Rex, you called it. Yeah, it's going to be offsetting penalties. Surprisingly, so we do have ejections. It looks like Kenny Carter has been ejected. He goes to the locker room. Let's see if a player for Peach State has been ejected as well. They have their separate locker rooms over in that tunnel. Yeah, it was great to see Rex Castillo here at the game. I mean, you could catch him on WRBLs at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm definitely not up that early. But he is the news anchor for the morning news at 5. The former sports director at WRBL. And Jack Patterson, now the sports director, just do a fantastic job. And it's great just to see them here at the game. Marcus Brooks under center. Ball in Peach State territory. Brooks back to pass, throws in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Roman Deloach, his second touchdown of the game. Give him 10 touchdowns on the season. and he's going into the stands. Roman Deloach is going into the stands. No, this is not Ron Artest like 2004, but Roman Deloach getting high fives. What a class act, and Roman Deloach giving hugs to fans. This is great. It's just great to see that interaction between the fans. 59-6. I think Columbus could be breaking some scoring records here. Marcus Brooks, 5 touchdown passes on the night. Did Deloach have to leave the game because he went into the stands? Probably not. I think he just needs a breather. The snap, the kick, and it is good. So with 12:44 left to go, it is all Columbus Lions. They are leading the Peach State Cats by the score of 60-6. You're watching Columbus Lions indoor football here on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. We'll be back. We're back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. The Columbus Lions lead the Peach State Cats 60-6 as Rasan Richardson attempting the deuce. But before that, we are going to get a whistle. Miguel Bailey is back to receive this kick for Peach State. Oh, now we're going to play. All right. 2 fingers in the air for the deuce. Richardson. There's a high kick, and it sails, still in play, and it looks like, oh, what a hit. Miguel Bailey tried to take it out of the end zone, and a hit by Theseus Jackson from Point University. The Skyhawk putting the beat down in the end zone. And that ball's gonna be on the 5-yard line because it's treated like a touchback. But when a player tries to take it out of the end zone, if he doesn't take it out of the end zone, it's just treated like a touchback. So it'll be at the 5-yard line for Peach State. That was just an absolute missile of a hit by Theseus Jackson. And he played college ball locally here in the Fountain City, in the Chattahoochee Valley at Point University. All right, in at quarterback is Manning, and it's broken up. It would have been picked, but it was a collision between 2 Columbus players. James Gray, and then still got a player down on the field for the Columbus Lions. That's Darrell Green. We do have an injury timeout as the trainers come out to see him, and I hope he's okay. I mean, might have just got the wind knocked out of him as those 2 players colliding for the ball. 12:06 left to go in this game. It has been all Columbus as they are 12 minutes away from going to 5-0 on the season in the inaugural American Indoor Football Alliance. And Darrell Green, he walks on his own power as they hears it from the fans. Looks like he's going to be okay. He gets some high fives from his teammates. If you look up and down this Lions roster, they do have some new players, but they've got NAL players like Jarmon Fortson, Desmond Reese, DeAndre Brown. They all played on this team last year in the NAL. This is the same NAL team that went 5-3 last year and lost in the semifinals to Carolina. So think about that. All right, Manning under shotgun. He's the backup quarterback for Peach State. Back to pass, feeling the pressure, and he gets taken down. Is it going to be a safety? No, it's going to be a sack at the 1-yard line, and who else but Darius Morris. 4 sacks on the night for Darius Morris. What a game by Darius Morris. And that is a definite candidate for Defensive Player of the Week in the AIFA. Lions leading 61-8 in this game. It's been all Columbus. Manning under shotgun. He's got trips to the far near side. James Monroe in motion. Quick pass up the middle, caught by Trey Jackson, and he's taken the 11-yard line. About a gain of 7 on the play. They get some of that back. It will be 4th down, so it'll be 4th and 5, and they really have no choice but to go for it. I mean, it's a 4th and 5. This is a manageable situation for Peach State. But you got to just build some momentum. You're down 61-8. You got to find a way to just build some momentum. Manning in at quarterback. Back to pass, and we get a pre-snap penalty. It might be a false start, might be encroachment. Nope, it is a false start, as the head official Dana Barker says. And so back up Peach State 5 more yards, and it's going to be a 4th and 10. So Damian Manning has taken over the starting quarterback job in for Sherrod Murray, who started the game. They both have been taking turns on this season for the Peach State Cats, who play in Suwanee, Georgia, and they are in the elite indoor football league. Well, it's the EIF, but I threw the league in there. Bobble snap, Manning, flag on the play. Manning throws it incomplete. And depending on what this flag is, it's going to be a turnover on downs, but let's see what the call is. One thing I love about these Columbus Lions fans, they are not heading for the exits. They love their Lions. You know, the players, they stick around, they sign autographs. This is a loyal fan base. And I know that Columbus is not the market size of like a Jacksonville or an Albany or even a Carolina. I know they're not the market size, but you got to give credit to these fans. These fans are loyal. It does not matter what league they're in. Ball is at the 10-yard line as Peach State does get some of that back. Manning, shotgun. There's Trey Jackson in motion. And it looks like Trey Jackson was offsides. He got a head start, and he went across the line of scrimmage. He went across the line of scrimmage before the ball was even snapped. 9:46 left to go. It's just one of those situations where you just keep the clock running and just gotta get out of this game without any injuries or ejections. Because really, at this point, you got the fans really excited. The Channing defense, a lot of young fans out here, a lot of football leagues in attendance. Murray's back in at quarterback. Murray back to pass. That ball looked like it got tipped. It was a wobbly throw, incomplete, hits the sidelines and a turnover on downs. And the Columbus Lions could continue piling it on their lead. So if you must know, the scoring record for the Columbus Lions is 73 points. There's 9:12 left to go. Can they break their scoring record this season? I think so. But this could be the largest margin of victory this season if they're able to score on this play. But what a defensive effort by the Columbus Lions, keeping their foot on the gas pedal, not giving Peach State any looks. But I just can't believe this defense just continues getting better every week. Brooks under center and another pre-snap penalty. And it's going to be a false start on Columbus. At this point of the game, you just got to continue winding the clock. You got 8:49 left to go. Fans, don't forget that you can renew your season tickets for the 2024 season as the Columbus Lions will be playing at the Columbus Civic Center for the next 5 years, which means you got the next 5 years to put up with me on the mic. I'm just kidding. Brooks, back to pass, Deloach in the end zone, touchdown, Columbus Lions. Oh, and that scoring record is in striking distance. Marcus Brooks, 6 touchdowns. Deloach, second touchdown of the game. He's got double-digit touchdowns on the season. And Marcus Brooks has spread the wealth. Ball's at the 3-yard line, and Richardson will come on to attempt the extra point. 67-8 is your score. I mean, I'm looking at these scores. I mean, they beat Mississippi 63-6. They beat the Southern Steam 58-8, and they beat Dallas last week 62-20. But this could be the biggest beatdown this season for the Columbus Lions. I mean, this has just been an incredible performance on offense and defense and special teams. As that kick is good by Richardson. And count them up, it's a 60-point lead for the Columbus Lions. 7:20 left to go in this game. And the Columbus Lions now lead the Peach State Cats by a score of 67-8. You are watching the Columbus Lions on the Columbus Lions YouTube channel. We'll be back. We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast alongside my producer Toygar and Nick, the statistician. A big shout out to Nick for actually keeping the stats in real time. Able to talk about some of the stats here on the broadcast. Marcus Brooks with 6 touchdown passes, 225 yards passing. He does have the 1 interception, but he's 14 for 22. With a percentage of 63%. But he's not been sacked. I mean, that's pretty impressive. All right, it is taken by Trey Jackson. He's at the 5. He's at the 10. He makes a cut, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. He's not going to go down, but he finally gets taken down at the 10-yard line by Thesis Jackson. We've called his name a couple times tonight. And that's where Peach State will start with 7:08 remaining in this game. Fans, don't forget, you can swing over to my Facebook page, The Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge, and catch the post-game show on my Facebook page. Just follow me on my Facebook page, The Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge. You can also download the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And my show is aired on WQEE Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. Cover all the local stuff going on in the Chattahoochee Valley. Because I believe we got a big Little League tournament going on this week. I think the District 8 tournament's going on. Yeah, that's right. All right, Murray, back to pass. He's got a clean pocket, long throw in the end zone, incomplete. Thrown a little too high for Gabe Pierce. Man, I was having flashbacks of Jimmy Garoppolo trying to throw it to Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl. Oh, boy. Many of you know that, a lot of people know that I'm a lifelong San Francisco 49ers fan, and that Super Bowl still haunts me to this day. All right. Murray under shotgun. Pierce, the man in motion. Murray back to throw. Pump fake. He's going to take off with it. He's at the 10. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. 15, 20. And he gets taken down at the 21-yard line. Close to the sticks. It looks like Peach State will get the first down. I tell you, Murray's been pretty good with his legs. He's got 26 yards rushing. And so when he gets in trouble and the pocket collapse, he's able to take off. And that is a very valuable asset to have in the Arena League. In multiple Arena Leagues, that's a multiple valuable asset. Murray under shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers. Got the motion man, Tim Gary. Gonna take off. Murray back to pass. Throws it to the end zone for Gary. Incomplete. Broken up by James Gray. James Gray from North Texas. Played collegiate football for the University of North Texas. I love their nickname, though. The Mean Green. Such a cool nickname. He does have an interception. He's got 2 pass deflections. But really, the story has been that defense. Darius Morris with 4.5 sacks. All right, ball is at the 20. Murray back to pass. Throws it, incomplete, and if Pierce would have turned around, he would have probably had the reception. It's just a miscommunication between Murray and Pierce. It's going to bring up 4th down. It's 3rd down. Yeah, they've taken away the down markers. I don't see it anywhere on the field. If it's somewhere, it's probably hidden behind the chain gain over there. But it is 3rd down and 10. As the clock continues to wind down, it's 3:35 left to go in this game. Murray under shotgun. Murray bobbles a snap. Still, he stays with it, and it's intercepted to the house. 10-5, touchdown, Columbus Lions. Kyle Griswold with the pick 6. And the Columbus Lions, that fires up the crowd. And that is Kyle Griswold's 2nd interception of the game. So I think it's a toss-up between defensive player of the game between the Darius Morris and Kyle Griswold. Yeah, we're looking at that replay. What a pick 6. He just read it. Oh, man. You know what that reminded me of, Toygar? Robert Alford in the Super Bowl, the Falcons and the Patriots. I know. I don't want to bring up bad memories for Falcons fans, but that was a great pick 6, by the way, in that Super Bowl. I know. I had to bring it up. I don't know why. Now I'll get people on the comments for YouTube who are Falcons fans. They're going to be like, why'd you have to bring it up? No, but Robert Alford, I mean, that was a similar pick 6. All right, it's 73-8. And yes, it's official. The Columbus Lions have tied the scoring record for the season. And Richardson is an extra point away from breaking the record. And they're also playing Outcasts here. Very, very fitting, you know, legends from Georgia. Georgia Music Hall of Fame. Love to see them back for a reunion concert. That would be pretty cool. The snap, the kick. Richardson's kick is up. And the kick is no good. So with 2:19 left to go in this game, well, that scoring record is tied for the opener, as the Columbus Lions do lead the Peach State Cats 73-8. And you are watching Columbus Lions football. We'll be back. You don't want to go anywhere. Got 2 more minutes left in this game. And we are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. 2:10 left to go in this game. It is all Columbus Lions, 73-8 over the Peach State Cats. It's an incredible performance by the Columbus Lions. Offense, defense, special teams. And then Richardson, a deuce attempt. Oh, that's close. Oh, that almost was a deuce. That was the closest Richardson has got in this game. So the American Indoor Football Alliance, founded in 2021, the Lions are a part of this conference. They do have teams like the Dallas Falcons, the Capital City Cyclones, but they also have a team, the Las Vegas Kings, which they're not going to be able to get to play them. But the South Florida Thunder, Mississippi Raiders won the championship last year. They do have the Carolina Predators. That was a team that they were supposed to play. But yeah, like any league that gets started, I mean, you just got to build a fan base. Well, the Lions have it here in the Fountain City. We've got a very nice crowd tonight at the Columbus Civic Center. Ball's at the 20-yard line for Peach State with less than 2 minutes to go, and they would just like to get some momentum. No, it's going to be a long bus ride to Suwanee, Georgia. It's about 2 hours away, but you know, they'll get on that bus and they'll regroup and try to focus on the next game. Manning in at quarterback, and he feels the pressure. He gets taken down for the sack. Darius Morris. 5.5 sacks in this game. Wow. He really has exploded on that line. And it brings up second down. Second down at 17. Got a minute left to go. And we got the 1 minute warning. So with that, a minute left to go in this game. Columbus leading Peach State 73-8. Don't forget that the Lions are back in action next Friday at the Columbus Civic Center, as they will take on the Capital City Cyclones out of Tallahassee, Florida. And then they will have the double bye, and then on July the 15th, they will rematch the defending AIFA champion Mississippi Raiders to close out the regular season, and then it'll be time for playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, that's right. I said it. Playoffs. I'm looking forward to calling some playoff games too. Anyway, ball at the 13-yard line for Peach State. Manning in at quarterback. Under shotgun. Manning back to pass. Throws. And it's center field caught by Darrell Green. And he's at the 20. He's at the 15. The 10. The 5. Still on his feet. Into the end zone. Pick 6 for Darrell Green. What an interception by the corner, Darrell Green. who has really been a ball hawk all game. Wow. Darrell Green takes it to the house. So we've seen just about everything in this game. And the Lions are an extra point away from putting 80 on the board. Yes, that's right, 80. The Lions had 2 kickoff returns. They've had 2 pick sixes. Marcus Brooks hasn't skipped a beat. He's got 6 touchdown passes. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Yes, the snap, the kick, it's up, and that is good. It actually hit the crossbar and went in. Yes. 35 seconds left to go, and the Columbus Lions are leading the Peach State Cats 80-8. Wow, what a game. And that will bring to, just to remind everybody out there, that I will have the post-game show on my Facebook page. I'll do a brief post-game show here, but I'm gonna run down everything that's going on in the world of sports, so you don't want to miss it. You can catch the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge on WQEE, Monday through Friday, 2 to 3. Been at that station for a little over a year now. It's been a lot of fun. Richardson on to attempt the deuce. Back to receive it is Damian Manning. Or is that Trey Jackson? Yeah, that's right. That's Trey Jackson. Number 19. All right, Richardson, 35 seconds to attempt the deuce. He's gotten close a couple of times. Jackson's going to take it out. He's at the 5. Jackson's at the 10. He gets a block, cuts the corner. He's at the 15, still on his feet. He gets bashed into the wall, and he's at the 22-yard line. A great tackle by Kendry Thurman. He put the hit. Luckily, that wall's padded. But he really put the hit on with 27 seconds left to go. Can the Lions close out this game and give a win for their defense? This has been, so far this season, the most lopsided game that the Lions have had in the AIFA. But this has really been all about the Lions' defense, special teams. Their offense has not skipped a beat. And this is just the type of win where you really put a statement on your program. And whatever happens next year, the Lions are going to compete, and they are ready to compete in any league in the indoor football arena. And I'm here to say that includes the NAL, the league that they were in last season. Which, by the way, they're down to 6 teams. We all know about the Albany Empire, but that's neither here or there. Big shout out to Zach Kyleman, who has a very successful podcast dedicated to the NAL, Inside the Walls podcast. I've had him on my show. We've been talking Columbus Lions football. He's a fan, still a fan from last season. All right, Manning in a quarterback, high snap. It's a foot race to the ball. Looks like the Lions are on it. Who's got it? And another turnover for Peach State. Columbus falls on the football, and with 18 seconds left to go, well, this is the icing on the cake. Columbus could just punch it in, and they could just call it a night here. I don't know. I would probably just take a knee. 18 seconds left to go. I mean, that's a lot of time, especially when you try to punch it in and the clock continues to stop, and then you have the kickoff. The clock doesn't start until the ball is in play. That could be a long 18 seconds. All right. Is Marcus Brooks still in at quarterback? No, we have Tyrese Battle from Faulkner University in at quarterback. 18 seconds, Battle. And the handoff to Holloway, and he is close to the goal line. John Holloway. But is it a fumble? Did Peach State recover? Peach State saying yes, and it is Peach State ball as Holloway coughs it up at the goal line. But it's not going to matter because the clock just hit 0. And that is the end of the game. The Columbus Lions push their record to 5-0 as they defeat the Peach State Cats 80-8. And you got the fans storming the field like this is a college football game. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Great atmosphere here at the Columbus Civic Center. The Lions go to 5-0. They'll take on the Capital City Cyclones right here next Friday night. I cannot wait for that game. That is going to be off the chains. So for my producer, Toygar, and my statistician, Nick, we want to thank you for joining us tonight at the Columbus Civic Center. Once again, your final score, the Columbus Lions 80, the Peach State Cats 8. We will see you next week. Have a great night, everybody.